Hello again, and welcome to another Hyperion morning. Happy Friday, everybody. I told you we'd get here, and we did. Of course, we would, and we did. And here we are. It's Friday. Welcome to almost the weekend. Just got to make it through the day, unless you're already kicking off your weekend with a good Friday start, and then fantastic. Enjoy, enjoy. So, what are we talking about on this day? It is Friday, December 5th, 2025. Well, first and foremost, we need to celebrate one enormous, gigantic birthday on this day because, yes, it is Walt Disney's birthday. What would we do without Walt Disney? Yeah, I mean, wouldn't be here. For one thing, you wouldn't be seeing this show if it weren't for Walt Disney, right? Yeah. So many things, but that's something very, very minor, really. Walt Disney was an amazing human being and did so many fantastic things. Hey there, Marianne. Good morning. Good to see you here. Hey there, Laquan. Happy Friday to you as well. Yeah. Walt Disney would have been 124 today, born on this day in 1901 in Chicago. Of course, fortunately, he passed away way too early. Not that he would have been still with us at 124, but we still lost him way too early in 1966. But man, in that time on this planet, what amazing things he accomplished. Of course, like some of the things, all the films. Well, think about just Mickey Mouse in general. But then the likes of like Snow White and and then Disneyland and some of the other amazing things that he's accomplished. He's earned 22 Academy Awards, which is the most of anybody. He also has two special Golden Globe Awards. He's won an Emmy Award, but that is just such a minor thing when you talk about Walt Disney and his incredible accomplishments. I mean, think about how many times that he risked it all pretty much and didn't always succeed, but so often did. And it's to our benefit and to the world's benefit. Think about, putting it all out there, losing Oswald and struggling and then coming up with Mickey Mouse and then rebounding from that and then risking it all to make the first full length animated film with Snow White and then succeeding with that and then risking it all to build the first real essential theme park in the United States and succeeding with that. Incredible. So many amazing things. Obviously, his impact on the entertainment world is enormous, but his impact on the entire world may be even larger than that. Michelle has this theory that you can go into a room of people about, I forget which the number is, but I think it's like 50 people. And there is at least one person in every 50 people, not talking about like a black tie event, although I could argue maybe that might be the case as well. Regular people dressed casually, and there is at least one person, if not multiple people. And we're not talking going to Disney, but there's someone wearing something Disney related. That is a testament to him. That's a testament to his company and so many other things involved. Look back at the discussion we had with the three authors, Ted Thomas, J.B. Coffin, Didier Guez, about his trip with El Grupo to South America and the impact he had down there. It's a global thing. It's not, yes, it's enormous here in the United States, but he has global impact. He has touched so many lives. Again, we wouldn't know you if it weren't for Walt Disney. We wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for Walt Disney. And again, that's so minor. There's just so many other things that continue to impact us from his life. We were blessed, just a couple months ago to get to go to Los Angeles and take a tour, basically recapping much of Walt's life and some of his hotspots throughout the Southern California, the Los Angeles area. And, you think of Walt as, of course, this giant personality, the creator of so many amazing things, the person that would show up on your TV and crack jokes and send it off to the next big event, or talk about Disneyland or talk about the movies or whatever it might be. But he was a human being who had his struggles and, went through it all. I mean, considering, having to move, live with family for a while, live in tiny, tiny apartments in houses of people that, weren't necessarily family. And then again, tiny apartments, building his way up to what he eventually became. So yes, it was a very humanizing trip. Highly recommend, if you get the opportunity to do that trip once it becomes available through D23, which it's going to, you do it. But also just get to the Walt Disney Studios and some other things. Anyway, today's the day to celebrate Walt Disney. Watch the films. If you get out to the parks, find his multiple statues and take a picture with them. Find a Mickey Mouse, who is the best representation of Walt, and get a picture with him. Celebrate Walt Disney on this day. Please, please, please. We will be, for sure. But we do that every day, don't we? Don't we? Absolutely. Happy birthday, Walt Disney. Thank you for everything you did, have done for us all. Yep, very much. Yes, you're right, Laquan. That Mickey Mouse part in Once Upon a Studio is touching. It wrecks me every single time. It wrecks us every single time. Still undefeated from the very first time we saw it at Destination D23 until whenever we watched it more recently. Wrecks me every time. Doesn't matter how many times I've seen it. So yes, I agree with you, Laquan. What else are we talking about on this day? Well, I think Walt would have liked this. It is International Volunteers Day. So if you get the opportunity to get out there and be a volunteer and help the people in your community or the planet itself, get out there and do so on this International Volunteers Day. And of course, that can take place any day. We're thankful for all the people that volunteer their time to do anything in general to help people, help the planet, whatever it might be. We appreciate you. I'm just thinking about the volunteers like at Run Disney races. So many people go out there and they volunteer their time to make sure all of us runners are taken care of, that we're guided, we know where to go, that we're getting things like water on the routes and everything else. We really appreciate them, but that goes for so many other things that happen. Disney has a great band of volunteers, that they go out and do things as well. Incredible. Thank you to all the volunteers. Today's the day to celebrate you, as it should be every single day. Maybe when you're getting out and volunteering on this day, you do so in your favorite pair of jeans. Well, good news for you. It is National Blue Jeans Day. So I won't probably be wearing jeans today because I'm at home. So I'll be honest with you, I'm going to be in sweats because I'm working from home and I like to work very, very casually. Not that jeans aren't casual. They are wonderful, comfortable, fantastic. But I'll probably be wearing sweats today. But if I was in the office, Friday is a day you can wear jeans. And I'd be wearing my blue jeans on a Friday. So not this Friday, but I would be doing it normally. Anyway, yeah, break out your best pair of jeans today and celebrate this National Blue Jeans Day. Or maybe you go more stealthy and you dress up like a ninja today on, yes, National Ninja Day. Yes, celebrating those stealthy Japanese, what are they? I guess they're assassins more than anything else. But they've been more made, movies or Phineas and Ferb here and there, created ninja outfits. Anyway, yeah, celebrate wearing your best ninja outfit or watch this Phineas and Ferb episode where they're decked out in their ninja gear for sure. Absolutely. Also, maybe you can sneak your way in your ninja gear into one of the most famous restaurants and order their classic dessert. If you're heading to Germany, that is. Yes. This is a National Sakatot Day, which is, I don't know if you've ever had one. I actually have not, but it is a famous dessert created in the Hotel Sacher in Germany. And what it is it sounds like all things I would love. It's chocolate sponge cake layers, coated with chocolate ganache. And then in the middle layer, there is apricot jam, which may sound a little funky, but I think that would be wonderful. I love apricot jam. Anyway, it's a classic dessert. Again, I've never had it. I've had something similar, but I never had the apricot jam. But that sounds delicious. I'm all about it. I'm all about chocolate sponge cake. I'm all about chocolate ganache. I love apricot jam. I'd be on board. Anybody wants to provide me some, I'd be happy to have some on this day. So celebrate that. Maybe that's the cake you celebrate your birthday with. If it's your birthday today, along with Walt Disney, you celebrate with these amazing people. How about we'll start with Little Richard? He would have turned 93 today, born on this day in 1932. Unfortunately, we lost him back in 2020. He's known as the architect of rock and roll. Of course, the many great songs that he created, including Tutti Frutti, Long Tall Sally, Good Golly, Miss Molly. So many fantastic songs, and he was an amazing, amazing personality as well. He has won Grammy Awards, but not competitive Grammy Awards. Amazingly enough, he never won a competitive Grammy, but he won Grammy Lifetime Achievement Awards, and he is in the Grammy Hall of Fame as well. He is also in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, as well as the Blues Hall of Fame, the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame. All deserving. Amazing, amazing. Happy birthday to him. Happy birthday to great stand-up comedian Margaret Cho. She turns 57 today, born this day in 1968, known mostly for her amazing stand-up comedy work, but she's also been great on many, many movies and television shows, including like she was in Face Off, the movie Face Off. She actually received an Emmy nomination for her guest starring role playing Kim Jong-il in 30 Rock. Amazing. And she's a huge advocate of LGBTQ rights. So, yeah, thank you to her. Happy birthday to her. Finally, last but definitely not least, you may not know her, but look, I celebrate anybody. If you know me and you know Michelle, and you know us at all, you know that one of our favorite shows of all time is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and that includes its spin-off series, Angel. Well, this is Amy Acker's birthday. She would have been 40, or she would have been. She's still alive. She is 49 today, born this day in 1976. She played Winifred, in Angel, and was fantastic in that role. She's been in other movies and television shows, a lot of small roles. She was in Alias. She was also in Person of Interest, those television shows, and she's made cameos or guest star appearances in many other shows, including Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Once Upon a Time, a couple, Disney-related series as well. She's phenomenal. Happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to all of them. Happy birthday to Walt. And again, if it's your birthday, a very happy birthday to you. Bit of shameless self-promotion before we get out of here. We do have a new episode dropping on Sunday. And this time, it's all about the Disney resorts, because if you know, you know. Yes, we're doing another in our If You Know, You Know series. This time, we're talking about resort hopping. Yes, at this time of year, it's especially great when all the holiday decorations are out. We'll talk a bit about that, but we'll talk about how great resort hopping is at any time of year as well. How amazing all these resorts are, how you can experience something different just by traveling on a monorail, on a Skyliner, on a bus, any of the ways that you can transport, boat. How amazing these resorts are. Some of the great food, decor, full-on Disney experiences you can get without a park ticket just by going around to these amazing resorts. Because if you know, you know. And we'll be talking all about that on this weekend's episode. So hopefully you'll join us for that. All right, going to get out of here, get my Friday started, going to go celebrate Walt all day long. We hope you do too. And as we like to say every single day, please, please, please keep on sharing that kindness. Keep on sharing those smiles. And of course, keep on sharing that positivity. Again, we're putting a pause on the weekend shows as I ramp up my training for my half marathons that are coming up early next year. But I will be back with you on Monday morning to do all those things with you once again. Until that time, everybody, have a magical day. I'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.